Okay, we're getting started. I'm so happy we've got 115 admits right now.
Mhm.
Okay. Letting into the Zoom. Hello, everyone. We're so happy you're here. We're getting started. And I just want to let you know that Alina wants to see those of you who she could, students, families, and she would love to actually see you. So if you're able to do that, just keep that in mind that we're really excited that you're here. And sorry, I didn't include that in my very lengthy email, although I caught 2 typos. I was not happy with myself. I realized it, of course, after the fact, but I do want to let you know that I did not include this, but Alina would love to see you as you are entering, so she feels like she's speaking to us, which is very helpful. So we have that information. I want to just say that I'm so happy that you're in the group and in the Zoom, and Alina, I see you on my screen. I'm assuming you see me in yours. I want to take a moment to just say thank you to everyone who's here. I want to also sincerely thank everyone who's listening. I would very much like to take a minute to thank Alina before we even begin the webinar, because Alina, you are more than just an expert in the field. You are a very talented person. I read all of your articles. I love them. I love how the variety and the humor, and you actually keep me entertained, which is great for my ADHD, because I want you to know that your articles are amazing. I read them to the end. I also want to say, professionally, that you are not only professionally someone I know, but you are truly a friend because you give me so much knowledge, and that's how I define friends. And I want to share that with you because, Alina, you've come to Queens, you've come to Manhattan. Now here you are today with what's probably going to wind up being close to 200 families via Zoom, children, students. I really want to take a minute before we even begin to sincerely say thank you, because you're really going out of your way to arrange this. And as the families know, Alina's other webinars, they are charged per individual, per here. It was really like, I really want to just say thank you, because you're opening this to the community of Kweller Prep and beyond. Before we begin, I want to dedicate 1 more minute to sharing with all of you a reminder that I myself am a child of immigrants. I did not have any of this information. I did not have any of this access. And it's really an honor to have this moment where we're able to give back, not only to the children, to the parents, to the community. There are so many students entering high schools in New York City who will be first generation, first to go to college, first to go to graduate school. And it's really an honor to be here right now and to share that with all of you, that there are so many listening right now who are going to be the real trailblazers. And that's really the most important thing that I wanted to say, because I always think about what I want to say before starting, and I want you to just remember that this is truly a special moment. Alina, without further ado, please introduce yourself. I'm really happy that you're here, and thank you for this exceptionally important webinar for all of the families. Oh my goodness, there are 33 in the waiting room. Sorry,
Yes, I was
guys.
going to say I'm going to
Okay.
wait for you to let them in, and then I'm going to get started. Okay, great.
Everyone is entering the waiting room. Everyone's already in. I just want to sincerely thank you for, really being so versatile with all the families here. Thank you for doing this webinar in Queens, at Kweller Prep in Forest Hills. Thank you for doing this webinar in Manhattan. Thank you for doing this via Zoom. And thank you for the wealth of knowledge that you're about to provide. Everyone who needs to be in the meeting right now is here. I
Yeah,
will also
you have more
monitor
people in the
Zoom.
waiting room, actually. You have
So
more people.
what I'm going to do, I'm going to expand the screen. So now I see everyone in the waiting room, and I will be able to assist to make sure everyone is in on my ends. Okay. And if you have questions, parents, towards the end, Alina's going to answer them. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much for doing this.
Okay, absolutely. Thank you, Francis. And thank you, everyone, for being here. I know at the end of a long day, the last thing anybody wants to do is stare at another screen. So I'm very appreciative of people's time. So a couple of things. My name is Alina Adams. I am the author of the book, Getting into NYC High School. I have a website, nycschoolsecrets.com, which has hours of videos explaining all sorts of things about the New York City public and private and religious and charter school admissions process. I have articles, as Francis mentioned. I write for New York School Talk. I write for the 74. So here's a couple of things that I want you to know. I've been doing these workshops for over a decade. And the first thing that I want to tell you is please don't think you are the only ones who feel overwhelmed. What sometimes happens is parents think they're the only ones who don't understand. Everybody else understands it perfectly. It's just them. So please, please, please know that the reason that I have my website, NYC School Secrets, the reason I wrote a book called Getting into NYC High School is because the process is that insane. It's not you, it's them. That said, I'm going to speak very quickly tonight because I want to get as much information as possible out there for you. The book has most of the same information that I will be covering tonight. So people like to have it as something they heard me, but then they want to be able to go and read it at their own pace. The book is also electronic and it has links. It has links to studies. It has links to documents. So it's sort of, I suggest you listen to me first, and then you go to the website because all the information that I covered here is also going to be there. The second thing that I need to make extremely clear is we have 300 people RSVP'd tonight. I can't answer individual questions. I can't hear my lottery number is F2. What does that mean for me? What I'm here to talk about is the general process. If you'd like to speak to me individually about your particular situation, again, the website, nycschoolsecrets.com, has contact information. My direct contact information is alinaadams@gmail.com. I'm not very creative with my email names. So please, if you want to speak about your particular case, speak to me directly. Tonight, I'm going to be speaking very generally. If you have questions, because everyone is muted, if you have questions, please put them in the chat box. What's going to happen is after I finish a particular section, I'm going to say, Francis, can you read me some of the questions? Francis will read me some of the questions and I will answer them. Odds are if you have that question, 100 other people have the same question. I'm going to go through and I'm going to talk about all the various public school options. Then I'm going to talk about charter school options. Then I'm going to talk about religious and independent school options. And I will stop after each section to ask for questions. Then at the end, I will open the floor for general questions. So if you didn't think of something while I was speaking about it and you thought about it later, you can ask then. And then afterwards, so here's the thing, I don't do test prep. I'm here to talk to you about process. So any questions that you have about test prep, I'm going to get off after about an hour, and then you can speak to Francis and you can ask specific questions about the SHSAT, about the IC, about the tax, all of that. So please, test questions go to Francis. Procedural questions come to me. So I hope people understand that. And as I said, the chat box, it's right there at the bottom. If you have a question, put it there, and then I will ask Francis to read it later. So, all right, Francis, I'm about to start talking, and we're going to start with the SHSAT.
Great. I just want to take one moment. Just thank you. I want to also just let everyone into the Zoom who has to be in. I want to make sure everyone is in the meeting, okay? So that we have it. Everyone, thank you so much for listening. And Alina, I want to again say thank you before we start. This really means a lot. And just to remind all of you that you can type questions into the chat. The host and co-host can view the chat box. Please use this opportunity to ask questions. You can do that towards the end. Thank you, Alina. I'm going to be muted in the background, monitoring the waiting room, and I will be admitting as we go along. Thank you, everyone. All right, I'm going. Just one moment, Alina.